Now the next mail merge template that we can do would be the Proforma for the first position financing. Select the spreadsheet. Select the worksheet in the spreadsheet that has the mail merge data. And now preview results. And then we do the similar edits. Remove the carrying costs, because there are no carrying costs in this project. Remove the secondary financing. Much easier to delete lines than to insert lines. Remove the reference to the preferred equity. There is no preferred equity. This is a senior first tranche position financing. We are requesting a private lender to lend on this project, and we show how the financing is structured. We're offering an incentive fee of 5%, which will be rolled into the loan amount. So the net proceeds are 90% investment to value. The face interest rate is 10%, but it's really a 15.45% yield to the lender because of the margin. Very safe financing structure here. The debt coverage ratio is 1.47. That's very good debt coverage ratio. Very good protective cash flow margin. And again, the Proforma for calculating what we anticipate we can refinance this property. Now let's save this template as a PDF file. Financing summary. And close out the document. Now the last mail merge document that we'll use here for this hypothetical case will be the refinancing letter of interest. This will be a request for a letter of interest to refinance the property after completion of the repositioning effort and the property is stabilized and seasoned. Bring in the mail merge data and then preview results. This is what we would send to a lender that refinances with long-term, low fixed rate loans. Basically saying, please give us a letter of interest so that we know that when the project is complete, we can refinance and pay off our private financing. This contains basically just the pro forma portion of the calculations. As you can see, and then we also point out that we anticipate the debt coverage ratio on the refinance loan to be 2.0 with a cap rate of 10.82%, a break-even economic occupancy rate of 61.8%. And we also point out the protection in this deal is that the refinanced property will have a retained equity margin of 30%. That means we're asking for a 70% loan to value with a debt yield of 15.46% and a cash flow margin of 50%. This is strong protective margins on cash flow and equity to protect the refinance lender. Now we save this as a PDF document. And close out the document. And we're done. This is the end of the spreadsheet segment for spreadsheet and templates for repositioning analysis. Accredited investor. We went through this in the previous video. I'll repeat it here. Accredited investor qualification. You must meet at least one of these criteria. Number 1, I received an individual income in excess of $200,000 in each of the 2 most recent years and reasonably expect an individual income in excess of $200,000 in the current year. Or, number 2, my spouse and I received joint income in excess of $300,000 in each of the 2 most recent past years, and we reasonably expect joint income in excess of $300,000 in the current year. Or, number 3, I have an individual net worth or joint net worth with my spouse in excess of $1 million, excluding my net equity in my primary residence and excluding any secured debt above the fair market value of my pledged collateral. If you satisfy at least one of the above criteria, then you are an accredited investor. Congratulations. Always consult with your attorney and accountant before deciding whether to invest. If you choose to invest, then your funds must be delivered to the escrow agent within 5 business days of receiving notice to commit. These are hot properties. They're distressed. These are all cash offers being made on properties. We must close quickly. Otherwise, we will lose the deal to someone else. This is a very competitive business. All projects are oversubscribed, which means that the syndicator raises more money than the required amount. When the project closes the purchase, any excess funds are returned in chronological order to the investor without offset or deduction. So if we, in this example, accumulated more than $149,748 in subscriptions, and we closed on the deal, the excess amount would be returned in last in, first out order. If your money is returned, you are kicked out of the deal. If you deliver your funds late, then you may be refunded and you will lose the opportunity to participate. Time is of the essence. When you are notified to commit as fast as possible. Sophisticated investor. Please understand that there are some situations where a financially literate and sophisticated private financier may work with us without qualifying as an accredited investor. Our attorney can work with your attorney to determine whether and how you can work with us as a private financier. Such situations usually involve non-recourse private lending with secured debt on the subject property, or possibly a private loan to our LLC as a general obligation, that is, an ordinary unsecured business loan. Such opportunities must be evaluated on a case-by-case basis with attorneys to ensure proper compliance with all applicable laws and regulations. You may contact us and ask for more details on working with us as a sophisticated private financier, and be sure to include your attorney's full contact information, because we must include your attorney in all correspondence. Absolutely no guarantee. I cannot and will not guarantee any kind of return on your investment or even the return of your investment according to the rules of the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC. I can assure you that you will know everything that I know about the project. I only focus on projects where my private financiers can reasonably expect double-digit returns. Just be sure to let your own legal and accounting advisors review each project to advise you on the merits relative to your own situation. You can get more information from our website at www.smithsyndication.com. I hope that this video has been educational and informative to you. This has been a Spreadsheet and Templates for Repositioning Analysis. My name is Jeffrey Smith, and thank you for your support.